Volkswagen Jetta TDI. The turbo has failed, and initially I was thinking I was going to have to pull the engine out to get it, but after examining it from the bottom, I believe I can get the turbo out through the bottom. Now, you might notice I've already got started, but I've disconnected the CV axle from the passenger side of the engine, or transmission I should say, and then I've also pulled the exhaust, the muffler exhaust pipes here, and got them out of the way, and now I should have a gap big enough that I can lower the turbo down through once I've finished unbolting it, along with the exhaust manifold. Things are going well so far. I've got most things out of the way. I've also disconnected the air lines, the supply, and the discharge out of the turbo. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We'll get in there and get working on it, get it pulled out. That's it for now. Alright. Now what we've done is we've disconnected the right CV axle. On mine it used a 12.8 millimeter driver. And then I disconnected the exhaust pipe, as I said already, pulled it off of the turbo, got it out of the way so we have room to work in here. And then I've been working on getting the all sockets undone. I used a 17 millimeter to disconnect the oil supply line. And then I've used this, it's a 22 millimeter to disconnect the oil return line. Let's see, and then I used a 6 millimeter to take the EGR tube off, and I believe it was a 12 millimeter I used to take the exhaust manifold bolts off. Anyway, that's what mine used. Anyway, we're about ready to pull this off. Hopefully, we're going to leak a little bit of oil, not too much. Let's see if we can get this shimmied down out of this gap. We don't need that gasket in there anymore. Hope this fits the gap. If it doesn't, then I'll have to pull the CV axle off, or out, and then it should slide out easily. But should be easier than pulling the whole engine out. That's the main point. I've got the axle, the shaft moved forward so it's against the engine block. Looks like we moved it down past the oil tube. Okay. Now we're to the point of seeing if it'll slide past this CV axle. And looks like there's not quite enough room to fit it past the axle, so I'm going to have to pull that out, it appears. Change the angle and try one more time. See if we can slide the axle up past. There we go. And here it comes. There you go. It can be done. It's out. Okay. gaskets out of there. And then we're gonna go look at our part number and match it up, so ensure that we order the right part, because looking online, it looks like there's a couple of different options that were made for this engine, and you got to make sure you know which one you had so that you can get the right one to put it back on. So anyway, it's out and looking good. So there you've seen it. It's doable. Okay, we've acquired the correct turbo, so we're ready to do the install. Again, we're doing this from the bottom. We found that we don't have to pull the engine out to replace the turbo on a 04 Jetta. So anyway, new parts right here. I had to use the snap ring pliers and clock my air in outlet to match my old one. And then there's several parts that will need to be swapped over, mostly just these studs. I elected to order new studs because it's kind of hard to get these ones out without damaging them. And the other part that will need to be swapped is the oil in that adapter to adapt that. So I've already broke it loose. It wasn't on very tight. We'll get that off of there and we'll put it onto the new turbo. Drop it. And there it is. I'm going to swap, thread that into the new one. And this is the part, or the place where you're going to need to oil the turbo before you install it. This piece I'm replacing, that's where you put the oil in. For some reason I'm not able to get down on there all the way. What is keeping me from dropping on all the way? There we go, now it's on. This wrench itself hung up on the manifold, so I need an extension. Tighten that down. It doesn't have to be terribly tight. There we go. The kit came with new oil. I'll get that out. As well as it came with new gaskets. Look at that. This oil, it calls it break-in oil. So we're going to put a little bit of that into this and then rotate it by hand. To get the new oil. Of course, it's going to come spilling out the bottom, so anyway, that's the hole where you put it in, that adapter that I just installed. There. So it won't spill on me so much. There's actually a cap on the bottom, so it's not going to come out until I take that cap off. And it appears we're pretty full. It's not taking any more. Spin it backwards and make sure that it's full. Looking good. Yeah, it's not dropping the level, it's staying right up at the top, so we're full. Okay, that part's ready. Okay. Now, I'll take the camera for a second, and I will show you what we're looking at from the bottom. Okay, so this is where it goes. You can see the axle shaft right here. I've unbolted it from the transmission, and when we're putting the new turbo in, we're going to have to lift on that and then push it toward, I think if I remember right, I pushed it toward the engine block after lifting on it, and that allowed me to slide the turbo past it. And then once the turbo was above it, then you just let it rest, or let the shaft rest while I connect the turbo to those bolts up there on the side of the block, those studs. And then we'll get the bolts and nuts on there and start bolting it in. You can see also the oil tube right here that feeds into the top of the turbo. I don't know if you can see me pointing or not. Anyway, that tube right there, that's what feeds the oil into the top of the turbo, and then the drain on the bottom of the turbo goes into this tube right here to return the oil to the oil pan, which is another adapter we'll have to bolt on once we get it up there in place. There was my assistant for a second for you. That was Sarah, my wife. Alright, another thing that we need to move off the old turbo is this bracket right here that helps stabilize it against the block. We're going to have to move that over to the other one, so I'm going to take that off and move it to the same orientation on the new turbo so that I don't forget it. I already again loosened it so that it's made the process a little easier. It goes right here. Same orientation. Just get it snug, but it needs to be able to twist a little bit till we get it exactly where it needs to go. Okay. I think we're now ready to, we need to put the gasket up on those studs. So there's our new manifold gasket. And as I lay here, I got my finger rolled over the hole where I put the oil in. Help try to keep that clean. Keep it from running out on me. I'll bring it up into place now. Lift on that shaft. Move it toward the engine. It's a tight fit, but it does fit. I gotta lift on that shaft some more. I got the angle wrong. I need to turn it the other direction. We're facing the wrong way. Turn it the other way. There we go. That's the orientation we need. I remember when I took it out, there was just one way that it fit, so I got to find that one
orientation again. Okay, there we go, we're past it. Gotta get the oil, that oil supply line into the right location as well without tweaking it before I can get the manifold the rest of the way into place. So close. There we go. Now, just got to bring it over. That hard line oil tube is just fighting us. Of course, you don't want to bend it or kink it or anything, because then it won't supply your new turbo with the oil that it requires. Okay, there we go. It's on the studs, resting in place. We'll put a...
Video of it.
So there you see it's resting in place. Just kind of sitting on the studs. I got to put a few nuts in there to help make sure it doesn't fall off, and we'll start reconnecting stuff. Anyway, like I said, I just pushed that shaft up and then forward against the block, and that gave me space between the frame and the engine block and shaft to get up there. Anyway, I pass this back to my wife, and I'll keep putting bolts and nuts on.
Come see us again, because who knows what I'm going to do next.